Hello, this is Ryan from the Living Your Best Life podcast, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for your invitation. I'm Sarah, and I'm on my own journey to creating my best life possible outside the standards and norms of society so many of us feel trapped in. So I'm really resonating with your podcast, and I'm so happy to be here. And it's also my mission to help others do that as well. I'm an ex-engineer. I entertained my corporate job in performance management and process optimization for 10 years before it dawned on me that this can't be my life for the next 40 years. So I started an online business that would give me the flexibility and the freedom I needed to live my life on my terms while still earning an income. And yeah, especially as I have a 2-year-old daughter and seeing how quickly she grows and develops and how much you miss or how you miss so many precious moments and milestones when you work too much. So I know how valuable time with the kids is, which is why I'm especially passionate about helping moms create a better work-life balance and more time with their kids. Yeah, and I'm originally from Germany, as you might hear, but I've been traveling full time since November with my husband and my daughter and ticking off life goals from my bucket list.
Perfect. It sounds like you like travel. So, what role did travel play in your life prior to COVID?
Oh, I'm really passionate about traveling. I've always loved seeing pictures of faraway countries with all those amazing landscapes and nature and wildlife. So I'm a nature girl, so these kind of things really speak to me. But growing up in Germany, you don't have these kind of things, which might be a bit unpopular opinion for some, but Germany is really a very exciting place to be. So I dreamed of traveling, but for a long time it felt impossible to do that, or rather to travel further than within Europe. Overseas countries seemed very off limits, financially first, but also like, how would I survive there? But at some point, the desire to actually see the world and great places got stronger than my fears, and I started overseas traveling as well, together with my then boyfriend, now husband, and I've never stopped since. So every vacation we took, with every vacation we went bolder and did something more out of our comfort zone. So
Mhm.
traveling was the first thing that moved me out of my comfort zone, and it showed me that it's not only possible to survive that, but actually that this brings the best experiences.
Mhm. What are some experiences that you've had traveling that you would go back and do over again?
Oh, that's an interesting question. There's so many. So one thing that I definitely learned is to really embrace the unknown and just do things that really feel uncomfortable, even you don't know if what's out there. So I've especially loved being in places that are really far from the culture and what I'm used to in living in Germany. So everything that's just different, like South America or Southeast Asia, that it's really a cultural shock when you first arrive here.
Mhm.
But it's so rewarding to do something that is something that you are not used to. So that's something that I would do over and over again.
You were at your job prior to COVID, and then you're traveling when you could. Is that right?
Yeah, right. I had a normal corporate 9 to 5 job, and I living in Germany, so we have 30 holidays per year, which is quite a lot. So yeah, I traveled for about 4 weeks at a time back when I still had my job.
Okay. So when COVID hit, what was that like for you?
COVID was really a life changing moment for me. So I was super safe in my job. So I didn't have to fear that I was laid off. I could work from home. So that was everything fine. I was paid normally as during all of the time COVID was active. And but during that time, I realized what a trap working a 9 to 5 really is. So before COVID, my husband and I had planned an extended trip for autumn 2020, and for that I took unpaid holidays, and this was a very special construct with my employer. So I would reduce my salary for 1 year to 75% and work the first 9 months full time, and then I could take off 3 months after that, but still get paid during that time, which is a great setup. I had given up basically parts of my salary to travel, but then COVID came. So in autumn 2020, it was still not possible to travel. And my employer didn't allow me to reschedule my holidays, even though they would have really needed me during that time. There were a lot of projects going on, so that wouldn't have been the issue, but they didn't want to. So I had less money, I couldn't travel, and had to sit around for 3 months.
Mhm.
And on top of that, this was a pretty unique opportunity, so I wouldn't have been able to do that again. And so I also wasted a once in a lifetime opportunity then. And that was when I decided that I will never again want to have to ask someone for permission to travel.
Mhm. So it's helpful to have money to travel. So what was your plan there? What take me through that?
Yeah, without money, you won't get far traveling. If you're okay with just traveling a couple of weeks a year, then a regular job might just do the trick. But if you want to travel longer, then you definitely need something else. And obviously, savings are always good to have, but they are limited. So once they are gone, you have to stop and go back to work, which you might do. But if you want to travel and have a savings account that allows that, and I'm the first one to encourage you to do that, because I'm a big fan of living your life now rather than waiting until you're gray and old. But I decided I wanted to travel longer, and I didn't want to buy that freedom with selling my soul and slaving away in a job for many years. A once in a lifetime experience. I wanted to make that a regular experience, basically. So
Mhm.
I decided to start an online business because I wanted to be able to earn earn money from everywhere, and yeah, also leverage my time.
Yeah. Can you talk more about that and how you got into it?
Yeah, sure. So that was a coincidence, actually. As I said, I had 3 months to just sit around during COVID because I had unpaid holidays that I couldn't reschedule. So I was looking for something to do in that 3 months, and I thought it would be a fun idea to convert a sprinter into a camper van, just to keep me entertained and busy.
Mhm.
So as I was researching how to do that on the internet and looked for inspiration, etc., I found an Australian couple who traveled Australia full time in their converted camper van. And I was like, wow, oh my God, this is so amazing. I want that for myself. I want to do that. I want to know how they did it. How can I have that? And they were affiliate marketers, and they
Yeah.
had created a wildly successful online business that gave them the freedom to travel or to be wherever they wanted to be and do what they loved. And as I was already dreaming about having an own online business myself in that time, I was keen to learn more about that. And as if it was meant to be, right at that time, that couple was creating an online course and affiliate program by themselves where they taught how to build a successful business with affiliate marketing. And they also focused on high ticket products, which means products where you earn commissions of $1,000 or more per sale, which especially is interesting or was interesting for me, as you only need a few sales for decent income. So you don't need a huge audience with that, because I wasn't an influencer with the millions of followers and I didn't plan to become one. So that was definitely something that spoke to me. Yeah, so I just joined their program and became an affiliate for them as well. And to this day, I keep learning from them as they're constantly evolving their courses. And yeah, it's really amazing to be part of that.
That's a great story. And so you did that. And what are some things that, because I know a lot of people want to make more money. Can you go through maybe one thing that allows you to make money at it?
There are a billion different things you can do even online to make money. So it's basically finding what feels right for you. What personally I love about affiliate marketing is that you don't need an own product to start with, right? So you earn commissions by promoting other people's products, which gives you a very easy start into the online business world, as you don't have to worry about things like back-end systems, customer service, pricing, and all that stuff. All this is taken care of by the product owner. So all you do is talking about things you love, so you can build a business around something you're actually passionate about. So say you're into fitness and nutrition, you can become an affiliate for supplements or something like that, and you can talk about things you would probably be talking about anyways, and you just get paid for that now. So that's a really cool thing that I love about affiliate marketing. But in general, I wouldn't focus on the monetary side of things to start with,
Yeah.
because it's in the end it's not about money, right? So when I had my job, I had a really well paid job as an engineer. I i had money, I had the money, but I also had a 40-hour work week. I had to ask permission whenever I wanted to travel. I had to, yeah, basically increase the wealth of my boss and the company I worked for instead of mine, and all these things. So making money is not the point, because we all know how to do that. If it was just about money, I'd go back to my job. But
Yeah.
the way money comes to me is important to me, and that matters. So I would focus on something that has the potential to support the life that you want to have in the end, and support the lifestyle you want to be living. And that an online business does that very well, but obviously it's a business, so you have to build it up. So it's nothing that it's not an overnight success. So
Mhm.
you have to bring in the time and or invest the time to build it up. That would be really great or important advice from me.
That is good advice. Um, and it's also advice that I haven't heard in that way before. One thing that was I think it was on your website. I'm not sure. How do you streamline a business? What does that involve?
Streamlining is the best way to create more time if you already have a business, obviously, because streamlining is basically the process of creating an efficient and lean business that takes as little time as possible to work in. So basically, with a streamlined business, you have to work less for the same or even better results. What most people do when looking for ways to reduce their working time is to try and increase productivity or improve their time management, get super
Yeah.
organized and all that stuff. But this is only one part of streamlining. So, and not really the most important one. It's
Mhm.
just a cherry on top, because time management and productivity focus on how you work, which is not a bad thing. But if you, for example, optimize your time management so you could finish a process that took you 5 hours now in just 2 hours, it's still 2 hours wasted if what you worked on was actually irrelevant. So streamlining starts way before that with building proper foundations, and it's focused on processes rather than how you work, on the processes themselves, and setting them up in a way that don't need human interaction, or rather as little as possible. Streamlining your business should involve optimizing your processes until there's hardly any work left for you to do in the first place, and then tweaking your time management if you feel like it, or to become even more efficient.
Okay. So how do and I don't know if this fits into it, but VAs, virtual assistants, do those fit into how you streamline a business? Do those fit into that model?
VAs for your work?
So, for example, if you don't want to work as many hours, you can give a job to somebody else, and have them do it and save yourself time.
Yeah, sure. Delegating is definitely an important step in streamlining, but it's not the first one that you would do. Actually, it's the very last one you would do, because just because you don't spend time with that work anymore, someone else is, and you are paying that for them for that. So if
Right.
that's a process that is not optimized, or maybe even not relevant, you're just wasting your money instead of your time, which is probably something you would also not want to do. So
Right.
definitely it's a valid step, but you would just do all the foundations first. So it's basically just first making sure you're working only on relevant processes, so that are moving the needle forward, that are income generating in your business. You want to have them as simple as possible, as automated as possible, so you don't need that much human interaction with it. And then afterwards, if the process itself is as lean as possible, and relevant in the first place, then you can think of having someone else doing it.
Okay. That makes much more sense when you say it compared to what I was thinking. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you talk about, so I saw on your website something about, business power course. Can you talk more about that and, what can that do to help others succeed?
Yeah, sure. So the Business Power Up is an online course, a self-paced online course that I created, and where I packaged all of my expertise from working in performance management and process optimization, as well as everything that I learned while building my own online business. And it's designed to help business moms to create a better work-life balance and free up their time. We talked about streamlining, so streamlining is definitely a part of the Business Power Up, but it's so much more than this. It's an holistic approach to create a better work-life balance. So besides streamlining, it includes mindset, as having a good work-life balance really starts with you, your expectations, your perceptions, etc. So this is something we are addressing first. And then I walk you through the framework of a streamlined business that we just discussed. And what's special here is that this course is made with business moms in mind. So, or people who are running a business and also have to take care of their kids and the special needs they have, because typical productivity tips that just don't work for moms, because I don't know, you just don't have the peace and quiet and time to sit down for focused work for 2 hours and just taking a break every 20 or 25 minutes. So I'm really specializing here on helping business moms who just can't use these typical approaches that you find everywhere on the internet. So yeah, that's that. And in the end, I give you also some guidance on how to make shifts in your business so you can really enjoy working in your business and earn money with ease, because that's why we're here for. We want to have a business that we love. And as we all have unique strengths and passions, streamlining is very personal, and an ideal business looks different for everyone. So I'm not giving any cookie cutter approaches here, but I teach you the skills to do that in your own way. So you have a business you love and that provides for you without burning you out. I first started my own online business with affiliate marketing first. I did that also for traveling, of course, which was the initial motivation, but also I already had in mind that I wanted to have kids, but at that time I couldn't imagine how I ever wanted to do that, handling a full-time job and a career and kids at the same time, because I knew that if I had kids, I would want to be a present mom. I would want to raise them and not give them into daycare and have them raised by somebody else. So that was a big motivation for me, and especially since my daughter has been born, that is keeping me going. And I know that so many moms are starting their businesses for the same reasons, because they want to have an income still but want to be present for their kids, so they need something to work from home. That's why they start their business, but they often end up working more than they did when they had a job, and they feel so overwhelmed and stressed. And That's something that is so sad to me. So this is why I'm passionate about changing this and helping them to change that. And that's the motivation behind. And then obviously I am able to provide the guidance to do that with all my experience from being an engineer and optimizing processes, as well as
Mhm.
having gone through the process of starting my own online business that is very lean and automated and requires very little of my time. So I knew how to do that and could package that up for other moms to implement that on their businesses.
I mean, that sounds especially useful for moms,
Yeah.
and who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a mom, and I'm like, huh, interesting. So, last question: do you have any parting advice, parting words, anything for the audience to take away from this episode?
So I think building your best or creating your best life should be your highest priority. Regret is such a strong force, and you don't want to be 90 sitting in a rocking chair and just regret what you haven't done. So it's so worth it stepping out of that comfort zone and going for it, even if it takes time, because in 5 years you will be 5 years older anyways, no matter what you do. So you can as well use those 5 years building a business and creating the foundation that you need to live your best life. And yeah, that would be my number one advice. And also to really start with working on your mindset, because that's everything that will take you so far down the road.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on and dispelling your wisdom to us, and talking about what you do and how you do it, and all of that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. I had a great time. And yeah, if anyone wants to have a chat, if it's just about traveling, that's fine. I'm always down to have a chat here, but I also can share some really helpful resources, no matter whether you want to start your own business or whether you have a business that you want to streamline. I'm always here. You can reach out on Instagram. My IG handle is at journey to dream life with dots between the words. So at journey.to.dream.life. And yeah, I'm more than happy to support you.